Well, what if a person just kind of like tell you up front, like, I don't think it's like, I don't want to be cool with you having like male friends. Is that like controlling, or is that more just like maybe they being like insecure, or maybe that's just because they don't really know? Where does that come from? Okay.
Well, and it depends on the investment that they make, right? So they can ask you that they don't want you to have a male friend, but they can't ask that question without deciding what type of friend they about to be, right?
He's been my friend since I was 16 years old. And so he made a decision that in order, I want to stay in your life. I want to be in your life. I'm going to be a part of this. And till this day, he is in my life. He comes to our house. And he was my homie when I was 16, 15 years old. But he also understood that in order for him to stay in my life, he had to get close to him. And whoever, and I had a whole bunch of them. Actually,
what, male friends?
Yeah.
You prefer male friends?
I prefer male. I do. I prefer male friends. But all of them, actually, most of them are married, and because they're married, now I know their wives. So it's like it's this. I don't know how to describe it. It's something where you gotta respect the relationship. Anybody, female, male, they have to respect the relationship.
If they don't, then they gotta go.
Yeah, right. And unfortunately, you just gotta go. We gotta part ways because this don't work. So if it don't work with him, then evidently there's something inside of you that's close to me that don't want him, and that can't happen.
So sometimes, yeah, you gotta make a line in the sand when there's external relationships. So in a marriage relationship, if she got a male friend that I think is inappropriate or I don't want her to be close to, it's a risk for her to then cut off that relationship that she's known way longer than me for this relationship. There has to be some kind of level of respect and security that I gotta understand that. Because there's tension there in the marriage when you're asking me to get rid of somebody I've known my whole life just because of you. Right? If you can't validate something beyond that. But then there's also a respect level that has to happen if we're married, not friends. If we're married, if I'm saying to you that relationship makes me uncomfortable, you can't choose that relationship over me neither. So it's like before you get that deep, you got to decide if my spouse asks me to let go of one of my friendships, can my friendship handle that? Respectfully, I'm out and we gotta go, or do I need to now say I don't want to be with you, or I don't want to explore where this can go because I've known them for 15 years and I've just known you for right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. But that's a real tension that can happen out of that moment. I mean, this person we talked about today, that she's known since high school. If I came in with no legitimate reason why she needed to cut him, that could have been a pain point for her, for me to ask her to get rid of him for no reason, just because I'm uncomfortable or I'm insecure, right? I gotta acknowledge if I need you to eliminate that relationship because I'm insecure, that's not fair. If I need you to get rid of that relationship because they're inappropriate, that's a different thing. They're calling you at inappropriate times. They don't respect our marriage. They got some history. Y'all got some history that I don't know about. They're being inappropriate. Then I can ask you to choose your future instead of your past. But if the drive for me asking you to cut off your history is because of my insecurity, that's whack. Especially when it's a man. Grow up, bro. You know what I'm saying? But it also equally painful if it's a woman. You know what I'm saying? Because if I have a friendship, it's a tricky thing. Because if I got a friendship with a woman that I've known for a long time, and my wife is uncomfortable with that relationship, I can't continue to say I'm going to feed that relationship, hide that relationship instead of with her. But she also has to find out that there has to be a reason of inappropriateness that she says, not just insecurity that she has. That's not fair.
Like, I have exited myself out of one of my great best friends that she got married, I was in her wedding, put her and her husband together, and then there just got a space in that relationship with him and her that I just was upset about. And, you know, I was like, you should just go, you know, and she was making that decision and she was moving toward that way. And then she was like, nah, I don't think so, I'm gonna stay. And I'm just like, ugh. And so for years I didn't talk to her, not because she didn't want to talk to me.
And not because she wasn't still your friend.
She wasn't still my friend, because I was not in a good headspace
to support the relationship.
So I removed myself until I got myself together, and still to this day, I know I'm wrong. I know my perspective is wrong, and I have to force myself to be in the right headspace because I know that I'm wrong.
But how many people know that you have an adverse perspective of your friend's spouse and you still stay in their life or stay in their ear, right?
Or don't, right. Yeah.
She like, because I don't support your marriage right now and I really want you to be done with it, you my friend, but I'm gonna be out, not out of your life, but I'm gonna bag out because me being in your life is not supporting your relationship, and that's not healthy for your marriage because that's the choice you made. So I'm gonna peel out of that. That ain't what usually happens. Most people just stay in the ear, girl. You better leave them, and that becomes toxic because now you using your friendships to destroy our relationship. So it's different when your boyfriend or your male friend or girlfriend asks you to eliminate one of your friends from history. That's different. That could be viewed as controlling. Even in a marriage, it can be viewed as controlling. But the question is it because of something inappropriate or is it because of insecurity? If it's your insecurity, don't project your insecurity over my secure relationship and then try to label it on the side of loyalty based on the fact that you think I should let go of my friendship because you are insecure about how I'm managing this relationship. If there's something inappropriate, they don't respect you, they call in at inappropriate times. And that's not just past friendships, that's baby mamas, you know what I'm saying? That's ex-wives, ex-husbands, anybody that's inappropriately invading the context of your marital relationship has to have a line, inappropriateness. But if insecurity is the driver of that, insecurity, not I made you feel insecure, you're insecure, and you're destroying my 10-year, 5-year relationship, I might cut it off, but there's gonna be a level of resentment. I might cut it off for the peace of my relationship. I'm gonna resent, there's a little part of me that's always gonna resent the fact that you was insecure and you ruined my relationship with my friend, not because I did anything inappropriate, but because I was insecure. I asked her to give up her 30-year friendship because of my insecurity. She might have did it for our marriage, but there's a part of her to be like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't, like, what? I ain't do nothing. Right. But then you can't find nothing. Everything you know is because of what I told you, and yet it's still, you want me to do that? You asking me to get that up? I'll get that up for my marriage, but I ain't gonna forget that you cost me, and you better not ever leave me. Because then the other thing is, I give up my 30-year friendship for our 5-year marriage, and then y'all of a sudden you say you don't want to be married no more, and then my friend like, no, bro, you know what I'm saying? Let me go, you know, and then you in that space. So it's like inappropriateness and insecurity, and two different things. That's where you decide. That's how you discern if it's controlling or if it's something really there. We all know when the relationship needs to be cut because it's something really there. And we all know when you're just trying to control the situation because of us. That's what I think. Passionately, obviously. Good question. Let's go.